what do you have to say about the chaos that you're seeing at the Senate?
I'm really dumbfounded. I really feel that we're like the gang that can't shoot straight. It embarrasses our country that we cannot enforce the rule of law, that we cannot even enforce an arrest order. It's a legitimate arrest order. It's part of our laws. And I don't know why we allow this, because this largely contributes to the diminution of trust and confidence in the government. We are seeing as a government that cannot work and cannot enforce its law. And it must be asked, who would benefit from his escape? Di ba? And what is a motive for that? Apparently, this guy had escaped arrest for 6 months. It was a cost celeb in the sense that he was growing salary for 6 months. And then all of a sudden, because there was going to be an impeachment, a vote in the Senate prior to on the eve of impeachment, he suddenly appears so that he can help replace the majority party at the time. So a lot of questions are there, and the answers are almost obvious to everybody.
What is obvious to you?
Obvious, the impeachment is not going to push through because uh, Bato has escaped. Obvious that there is connivance, I think, on the part of certain people in the Senate. They even made him special. They gave him special treatment, and then while they were in his custody, he escapes after uh, what you call diversionary tactic. And you would imagine that the government and the Sergeant of Arms, if he had that, would have guarded against entry and exit through the fire escapes. Di ba? Dapat may gwardiya yun. Walang gwardiya, doon raw tumakas. Or for that matter, dapat yung mga taong humuhuli sa kanya, di umano, dapat tinaligiran na yung Senado. Paano naman nakatakas siya ng gano'n? Meron mo sasabi, itinakas sa isang kapwa senador. That is obstruction of justice. So, because this guy has a warrant and he's preventing the government from executing that warrant.
Does the majority have a lot to answer for, the majority in the Senate?
I believe it does. Because they were very, very excited. They were very, very aggressive. They were all trying to protect Bato. There was a lot of drama that went through it. He went through and allegedly he was being chased. And then when he got through, practically held the whole country in awe because he was shouting and telling everybody that hinahabol siya, nakipag-wrestling siya, when in truth in fact nadapa siya. And then all of a sudden, Senator Marcoleta says he's under the protection of the Senate. Protection from what? Bakit pinapayagan nila na makalabas kang wala man lang gwardiya na nakakita na lumabas siya o hindi pinara? So obviously, the Senate has a lot to answer for.
For Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano to say that the Senate is under attack, he went on a Facebook Live last night when the situation was still unclear. Was that too early to make a statement in that way, as if they were being besieged?
Well, there were a lot of unusual statements. For example, they said NBI. Later on, it became perceived NBI. Pagkatapos under attack.
Allegedly, may allegedly. The lawyer in him, I guess.
Under attack, no? And yet, it would be easy to find out because the only people there are the USAA who had arms, and all those arms are controlled by the PNP. And they could check kung sino nag-fire ng baril, and then they can check bakit pinutukan at sino pinuputukan. And when they do that, then you start unraveling what happened.
If you were in the minority, what would you do come Monday when the Senate holds its plenary?
Well, the Senate is a deliberative body. Its weapons are speeches and positions. No? The minority should come out with a strong position because it is on the eve or the actual date of the impeachment, because apparently I'm told the articles of impeachment has been delivered. And obviously, this is a complete distraction. on the people's need to focus on what is happening so they can understand the process of impeachment. And certainly, when these things happen, distracted ang tao, tuloy yan, bago nangyari, ang daming distractions, di ba? Kaya biglang dumating si Bato. Kaya magsusuntukan na allegedly si Kiko Pangilinan at saka si Robin Padilla. Ang daming noises and obviously a lot of and the principal noise was when they allegedly had that attack and that shooting incident on the 6th. How can that happen? You know, you have so many policemen outside. You have so many USAAs who are, doing overtime work. And how can he escape very, very quietly, walk to a car, and go out where there are no guards at the garage of the Senate? Were there no guards in the fire exits or in the stairways? Hindi ko maintindihan paano makakatakas siya. So there's a lot to be explained by the Sergeant of Arms, who, by the way, as you know, is a classmate of Bato. So obviously, hindi mo maalis na ma-diminish rin yung trust and confidence ng tao sa Senado kung paano nangyari makatakas ang si Bato dyan. And remember, it's not a simple offense. Bato is being accused of killing a lot of Filipinos, being behind the killing of many Filipinos, like President Duterte. And we should not just focus on escape. We should focus on rearresting him because it's important that we have closure on all these crimes that were perpetrated.
All right, Senator, I wanted to get your thoughts. No, we have discussed already the shortcomings of the Senate, but what about the national government? Should they have not stepped up earlier also? I mean, I know they entered into a deal on Monday night to not arrest the senator just yet, but based on your assessment, what are the shortcomings of the national government?
At this point, I'm not looking for shortcomings, but if you ask me shortcomings, well, they took the word of the Senate that he was under protective custody. Why should they do that? I mean, after all, they've been trying to get Bato for the last so many months, no? And ang shortcoming din ng gobyerno is ayaw lang makita na talagang pinapahirapan si Bato because ang strategy ni Bato is humihingi ng awa, humihingi ng tulong sa mga mamamayan dahil inaapi siya. Eh, ba't siya nagtatago? Ba't hindi niya dinala at humarap siya doon sa Senado? Sabi nga rin lamang, I cannot be arrested, but he could have spoken there instead of hiding, drawing his salary for 6 months. And, ano nangyari tuloy ngayon, lalong lumaki ang sunog. Because now, he is not only seen as escaping the first 6 months, he is now eluding arrest because of this second incident.
If I may interject, Senator, sinasabi ni Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano that a local court has to first issue the warrant. Is that a sound legal point of view?
I don't think so, because I authored the law on international humanitarian law, domestic law, and that law is very clear. No, it says that under Section 17. In the interest of justice, the relevant Philippine authorities may dispense with the investigation or prosecution of a crime punishable under the act if another court or international tribunal is already conducting the investigation or undertaking the prosecution of such crime. Instead, the authorities may surrender or extradite suspected or accused persons in the Philippines to the appropriate international court, if any, or to another state pursuant to the applicable extradition laws and treaties. That's why you have many, many other heads of state that were captured. Si Pinochet, the dictator of Chile, was captured in London in the early 90s, if I'm not mistaken. So many other African leaders were captured during those times. So, una-una, ICC is there to prevent immunity. It's not really interested in interfering in the Philippines. What its interest is if the government cannot seem to prosecute because sinasabi ng karamihan dito, nakakausap ang korte rito, which I really challenge. No? Pero yun ang kaya gusto nila dito dahil na-appoint yan, may connection yan, somehow baka they might get a friendlier court here than there.
No, and also, of course, Senator, the victims...
It's already legal. Ayun na yan, court.
Hindi, at saka yung biktima madaling takutin dito.
That's also right, no? And besides, even in the Constitution, the Philippines, adheres to international law and deems it part of the law of the land. So talagang kasama yan.
Pero do you think, Senator, hindi ba dapat kasuhan din siya dito? Because a lot are saying na parang the reason daw kung bakit ayaw siya kasuhan dito ay para kunin na lang siya ng ICC.
That has been my view from the very beginning because I authored that law. Kung di siya makasuhan, pwede kasuhan sila under that law, Republic Act 8991. No? I'm sorry, 1981. Because doon, walang prescription yan eh. Pero the ICC is already taken notice. Isang tinatanong ko palagi, bakit, sino ba ang nagpaalis sa atin sa ICC? Hindi tayo pinaalis. Ang nagpaalis ay yung ngayon ay nasasakdal na presidente natin, siya nagpaalis because he anticipated that one of these days, the long arm of the law will catch out after him like other international criminals. So inalis niyan. So yun ang motive. Ganun rin ngayon. Ang motive ni Bato is ayun na doon dahil sigurado tutuloy yung proseso, malinaw na malinaw, at natatakot siya na doon hindi siya makakalusot.
So, Senator, what would your advice be for Senator Bato de la Rosa now that he has already escaped the Senate premises? He's also appealing to the PNP for custody, for them to keep him in custody. Would you suggest that he just surrender himself to the ICC to stop further tarnishing the reputation of the Senate?
He's supposed to be an officer and a gentleman. PMA graduate. Yung classmate niya, PMA. Nakataka siya under the custody of the PMA guy. Si Mao something, no? And then, I would suggest, kung tunay siyang lalaki, harapin niya. Because marami naman nakakalusot doon sa ICC. Si Mao Aplas, kaklase niya, kung susuko siya, sasabihin niya, baka it might be counted in his favor. But I can tell you, there are many, many cases where criminals like him or alleged criminals like him, like Laurent Gbagbo of President of Cote d'Ivoire, this case was dismissed. Jean-Pierre Bemba, former Vice President of Congo, originally convicted in 2016, and the conviction was overturned on appeal in June 2018. William Ruto, President of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, former President of Kenya, they were both acquitted, no? And Matthew Gunjolo Chui, former Congolese militia leader, acquitted in December 2012 of war crimes and crimes against humanity. If he thinks that he did not do these crimes, then pwede niya ilaban yan at madidismiss yung kaso niya kung siya talagang hindi guilty. Pero ang tingin ko, alam niya nga, may kasalanan siya. Hindi naman mangyayari yan kung di inutos ng Presidente Duterte yan. Hindi mangyayari yan kung wala yung PNP. At nakita natin, ang mga tao, biktima, ay talagang nagpipigati na gusto lang nila magkaroon ng katarungan sa kanila. At hindi natin sariniwala dito dahil pagka dito, maaabot ng mga siga sa gobyerno na pwede lang dismiss yung kaso. And that's why I think ICC is the best way to handle it. If we can do it here, okay, fine. Hindi ako aangal doon because talaga naman may law tayo dyan eh. Tayo nga lang ang batas na gobyerno na may nire-recognize yung ICC as the venue for international humanitarian law crimes at meron pa tayo ng domestic law. So, in fact, yung law natin, pwede natin pasukan yung mga ibang bansa under the universal doctrine na kahit saan ka, pwede kang hulihin at pwede kang husgahan dito sa Pilipinas. Pwede kahit dito sa Pilipinas yan.
Senator, nung panahon nyo ba, were you familiar with passageways between the GSIS and the Senate? Did your staff use any of those entrances or exits?
I'm aware that there are pass-throughs, no? That goes outside the corridors of the Senate. But be that as it may, even so, ang pinagtatakang ko, una, ang may hawak sa kanya, yung kaklase niya. Pangalawa, paano napayagan makalusot doon kung lulusot? Pangatlo, may sinasabi ang kabilang estasyon na sumakay sila sa fire exit, nakababa sila sa garahe, sumakay doon sa kotse, SUV, nakalabas, at pinaspasan na. May kasama pa sa isang senador. That is why it is so important para makita ng buong mundo at para sa ating konsensya na pwede nating maasahan pa ang ating law enforcement kung ito ay maimbestiga kaagad sa lalong madaling panahon. I think in 2 days you can finish the investigation.
Ang sagot po ni General Aplaska, hindi naman mapigilan si Senator Bato kung gusto niyang umalis. Is that
Hindi nga ba, 6 months, yun ang aangal ko nga eh. Pagka uniformado yung hinuhuli, hindi nahuhuli. Di ba? Ilang beses tayo na naghahanap ng mga PNP, yung mga nagkunong araw, sorry I have to say that, kita lang wala nahuli, si Greg lang ang nahuli, tapos takatakas pa, kung nasaan. Trillanes, nahuli rin. Hinuli rin siya sa loob ng Senado. So, ibig sabihin, ika nga yung sinasabi ko pa nung araw, yung pagkakabaro may kaso, nahihirapan hulihin yung mga PNP. Meron pa ako nabasa kahapon, sabi, nahirap namin huli yan dahil dati namin hepe yan ng PNP. Wrong! Ang loyalty ninyo sa konstitusyon at saka sa tao, hindi doon sa hepe ninyo.
Senator, should the GSIS have notified the Senate about the activities they were doing, yung pag-drill nung pinto, yung pagkakaroon ng NBI agents supposedly to check the safety and security of the building? Kasi parang nangyayari po dito, there was a case of misunderstanding between the OSAA and NBI agents kasi akala rin po ni Senate Sergeant at Arms Aplaska na may intruder doon sa Senate building.
But you're in a Senate building, nagpuputok ka, 37 shots. Nagpuputok ka, nag-discharge ka ng firearm. And so what? Even if they knew that there was one, hindi ba pwedeng naglagay siya ng gwardiya ron? Tungkulin niya. Dapat may gwardiya. Kung alam niya may passageway doon, dapat may gwardiya. Doon sa fire exit, dapat may gwardiya. Dapat doon po lang guard doon sa basement. Ba't di ginawa yun? Ibig sabihin talagang nagmamaang ngayon na hindi nila nakita, nakalusot sa kanila, hindi, dapat managot. Dapat managot siya mga yan.
Last question, Senator. Sa Lunes na po, dapat, magko-convene ng Senado bilang impeachment court. Ano po yung dapat nating abangan? Ano po yung inaabangan nyo na posibleng magyari? Because as for now, the whole majority is saying na hindi, itutuloy natin. We're all knows, there's been no talk na mauunsyami itong impeachment court convening. Do you believe that? And what are you going to be watching out for?
I always believe in our country, na dapat, pag mayroon tayong sistema ganyan, dapat pailalim. Ang pinaka-importante dito ay ang taong bayan. Ang tunay na maghuhusga dito, manipulate nila yan, lokohin nila, mahuhuli at mahuhuli yan. Tandaan nyo, in 1986, nag-eleksyon tayo, minanipulate nila at pinilit nilang gawin ng mga COMELEC volunteers na ayusin yung eleksyon. Ano nangyari? Nag-alsabalutan yung mga yun at nagkaroon tayo ng 1986 EDSA. Yun ang naging misa. Pangalawa, eto kay ERAP, nung ayaw na buksan yung envelope at medyo may sumasayaw pang senador ng panahon na yun, nakalimutan ko sino yan, nagalit ang tao. You cannot tempt the people so much. Ang may pasensya ang tao at pag nagalit ang tao, mag-aalsa yan. At pag nag-aalsa yan, it's no longer just people power. It's already almost revolutionary na ang gagawin niya mga yan. Dahil dalawang beses na yan na palagi tayong niloloko ng mga leader natin. So it's really, ang ina-expect ko? Ang ina-expect ko kung matuloy ito, ituloy yung pagpresenta ng ebidensya. At makikita ng mga tao, sino may agenda? Yung bang mga tinatanong nyo para makakabuti ba sa agenda ng mga Duterte? Pinalalabas nyo ba yung mga ebidensya dapat lumabas? Katulad ng mga pera na nagkakawala at katulad yung connection ng pera doon sa Parmali, meron pa connection yan doon. So ibig sabihin, ang maganda dyan, lalabas at lalabas yan. Ngayon, kung hindi nila huhusgahan yan, then maraming ebidensya presenta, pumasok na sa isipan ng mga mamamayan na nakikita nila na maraming kalokohan, maraming katibayan, kung sakasakali man ganon, ay mahirap mo nang bawiin yan. Pagka hindi mo tinuloy yan, talagang magagalit ang tao. Ayoko sabihin yan Sino ba ako para sabihin ka na magagalit ang tao? Pero I know this for a fact na there is a hangganan. At yung nangyari kagabi, for example, parang ginawa ni Hitler yun. Alam na rin ng tao. Si Hitler sinunog yung Reichstag. At pagkatapos sinunog niya yung Reichstag, he took over the government, started arresting people. Ganyan rin ang nangyari kagabi. Parang para hindi matuloy itong impeachment, para magulo, para magkaroon tayo ng destabilization. Ganyan ang ginawa nila para nakukonfuse ang tao. Pero sasabihin ko na sa inyo, pag ang tao nakinig dyan at nakita nila, hindi mo pwedeng lokohin. Sabi nga ni President Lincoln, you can fool some of the people all the time, or you can fool all the people some of the time, but you cannot fool the people all of the time.
All right, we thank you for sharing your insights with us, former Senator Dick Gordon.